This is Garrett Fry, the Cityscape Sequence Lead for 3D Digital Map Painting, and we're taking a look at shot D101. So we can see it starts out here on the right and kind of settles on this building on the left. So with this shot, it's very similar to the C shots that we have in this sequence. But the framing is a bit different, and it opens up this area here. So the other shot along with this is the D100, and so it's these two shots that you need to make sure that you are that are matching these two different shots. So the same direction that was given for D100 applies to this. If you look at that video, you'll see we're taking out this building and we're replacing this building here, and we're either doing it from the top here or we're cutting down here and replacing the whole thing. In this area, we're gonna need to make sure that we have the appropriate scale and to these buildings, because you can see this building right here, it comes up this high, but this building is really, really tall. So this is a really tall building, and that's where it sits. And you can kind of see the window size. They're very, very small. So you can use that as your guide. So if you have windows that are this big and you have a building here that is like this tall and has these right here, how that's going to read is that it's immediately behind this building here. So if you have but if you are putting that building behind this little cityscape here, then it looks like some kind of giant monolithic building with weird windows. So it doesn't really work that way. So you need to make sure that you have the appropriate scale of windows and doors and things. Although we're not going to see doors, it'll just be mostly windows. So you want to consider that when you're doing the scale for this. And then you want to make sure that you have a nice design for this. So the point of this is, of course, to make it look like a different city, and filling this area up with buildings is definitely a great way to do that. So it gives you an opportunity to design something really nice and have the lighting on it. Also, the image reference that you're using, you need to make sure that it's flexible enough that it can be lit in daytime and in nighttime. And like, for instance, if the buildings you use have these really high specular kicks in the windows over here for the other shot, let's say, then for this shot, you need to make sure that it doesn't have those same window specs. And so you'll have to be able to paint over those or color correct them or do something to make it so that they're not there for this shot. Make sure that before you jump into these shots, you download the image library. The image library consists of nearly 500 raw images. That's 2.27 gigs of buildings from 5 different cities from around the world: Sydney, Wellington, Adelaide, San Francisco, and New Orleans. So there's a huge variety of buildings to choose from. The photo reference includes buildings under all different lighting conditions and angles, so it pays off to familiarize yourself with the materials you're going to use to successfully execute these shots.